Hello internet, welcome to Based If True, and alright, I hope you liked the little meme intro. I've had a few people saying I should do it because we happen to have the same opening line, which was actually by accident. I forgot MatPat even did that until someone brought it up randomly a long time ago when I first started my channel. He was the GOAT, but anyway, yesterday we did a more focused video on a post I found, but today we are going to be talking about a lot of the recent events that you guys have been asking me to talk about, so we can laugh at the midwits over on Reddit and what they all think about it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so I'm a little late on this one, but that's alright. Student confronting and punching another student, shouting, "I support ICE" at Lake Zurich High School, Illinois. So let's take a look at the video.
I support ICE!
That's crazy, bro.
I don't know what's crazy about this.
Yeah, I'm going to punch you.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
Right in front of the security guard too, just right there. So as we can see, we have a big fellow in a brown polo hoodie, and like any normal person, when they see something that they disagree with politically, well, they go and punch the person.
You're gonna punch me?
Yes.
And you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Okay.
I don't even think the punch was that good, not gonna lie. Like he didn't even fall over.
Okay.
Like, did you miss? What happened here? He just backed up a little. And he's clearly still standing at the end of it. But anyway, this got a lot of attention on Reddit. I mean, we have farmed hundreds of thousands of karma, 88,000, 102,000, 140,000, and people are making art of this dude, 79,000, 44,000. Like, we are max farming this guy. And as you can see here, this is the kid who was holding up the sign in the camera. But, you know, he is a little bit of a troll. I have done some reading on what this guy was doing. It seems like he pulled a fire alarm at some point in the past for whatever reason. I don't know. He obviously isn't probably the best student. But at the same time, I don't think he's any more or less performative than what you see all around schools nowadays anyway, especially at my school. Like, we couldn't have any type of conservative club at my school for some reason because none of the teachers would actually sponsor it, despite the leader of it being the valedictorian of this school, which was an Indian dude, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, let's just take a look at a few of these posts and see what the comments have to say. New meme unlocked. Yes, this is probably what I'm gonna add as the thumbnail for this video, because it is kind of a funny image, let's be honest. He had 3 business days to prepare for that punch. I mean, he didn't seem too bothered by it. He was still standing at the end, and he wasn't like, I don't know, making any noises like he was hurt or anything. Just more surprised than anything. The kid stands on principles. Fucking love it. What is the principle here? You can punch anyone who doesn't share the mainstream liberal opinion? I think actually the ICE situation has been a very clear demonstration of how the media actually controls the public, because out of all of the ICE arrests that happen across the country, you know, there's gonna be incidences. Like, naturally, in law enforcement, there's always incidences because you're dealing with people who obviously don't want to follow whatever protocols that you have. And yes, there is unlawful and unjustified use of force that happens probably pretty commonly, unfortunately, and those people should be held accountable to the fullest extent. But it's not like ICE is anything new. You know, we've been deporting people by the millions in this country pretty much every single year for about 20 years. There's probably certainly some variation in the numbers there, but I think ICE, for the most part, does its job, and it just does it well and quietly. The libertarian in me just wants to remove all these welfare programs entirely, and then, you know, I think the rest would work itself out more or less if we get rid of the incentive. But you can't have it both ways as a country. You either have a big welfare system and you have to limit immigration and who gets it and have all these restrictions to actually make it fair, or you can get rid of it and all that other stuff really doesn't really matter as much at the end of the day anymore, and it's mostly about how much you actually put into the economy. I, for one, like the latter option much better. If extreme reduction in taxation occurs, that is great. That is what I'm looking to get. But unfortunately, this is what society left us with, so we're gonna have to do what we can, I guess. I think this is extremely hypocritical for Reddit to do, though, because clearly a lot of the people in the comment sections are promoting violence, and political violence at that. You know how many times my comment was removed from Reddit during the whole Renee Good situation when I said, hey, if someone tries to hit you with your car, hit you with their car, I think you should be able to defend yourself. But no, that almost got me banned multiple times. I don't usually do fan art, but I felt this kid deserved it. Greetings from Europe. We went through this shit in the 30s. Stay strong. You've got to be kidding me, dude. There's no way that these posts aren't botted in some way. 140,000 upvotes, but only 3,000 comments, when this one had 88,000 and 11,000 comments. Makes you wonder. Oh, and yeah, after the video ended, apparently there's like an extended version where he says you can peacefully go fuck yourself. This dude is badass. Anybody who criticizes this kid needs to remember that we aren't running some kind of douchebag preserve here in the USA. Fuck around, find out. I saw someone on BreadTube say it best. The right doesn't have to be violent right now because the government is carrying out their wishes. What about during 2020 to 2024? What, the only thing that we can think of is fucking January 6th. And even then, that was an entirely isolated incident. The boy that says he supports ICE doesn't have to go out and harass brown people. All he has to do is say I support ICE, and that's shorthand for I support harassing brown people. When will these people learn that not every single brown person is fucking illegal? And guess who wants them out the most? Those same brown people who came legally. And I'm not talking about some bullshit asylum or sanctuary city process. I'm talking about the ones that actually work their ass off to be able to qualify to come into the country. People with the talking point that silencing fascists is fascist are bad faith virtue signalers. We had a war about this. Society has come to a conclusion. Fascists don't get a voice. But the country literally democratically elected for this to happen. I think there's much better decisions we could have made long before this, but unfortunately, this is the mess that we've been given, and we're gonna have to deal with it. It's not gonna look pretty, it's gonna look bad, but you're just gonna have to hold your breath. Sure, you can say it's unfair to them, but I think it's even more unfair to the American citizens and the long-term consequences that this action will have. Letting so many people into the country that only know how to do low-skill labor. This is what real masculinity looks like. This kid is the gigaist of all chads. Yes, getting triggered so bad by a sign that you invoke political violence, yeah. I guess stoicism died a long time ago. Please turn this into a hoodie. I need one for work. Well, lucky for this Redditor, someone actually did turn this guy into a hoodie. r/immigration pathways. We might have to go over that subreddit one day. Holy shit, this thing is being fucking astroturfed. 544,000 visitors and only 62,000 members? If someone assaulted you, how would you feel? Because you're advocating assault. Cry me a river, bro. Don't you see? Violence is always okay as long as it supports your agenda. True. That is certainly a motif on Reddit. POV, you really like ICE. 80,000 upvotes. Put this in the Louvre. Someone might steal it because it's so valuable though. Holy shit. I'm not gonna say anything mean because he is a kid after all, but I don't think his appearance belongs in any type of museum, and same goes for mine, let's all be honest here. Free Mexican food for life on top of that. You know, there's other immigrants that are illegally here that aren't just fucking Mexicans. I hope ICE gets them the fuck out of the country too, honestly. I think most illegal immigration is overstayed visas after all. This kid is one of my heroes right now. I told you, they even say it verbatim. The kid filming is the most bitch-ass cry-bully. You already know what kind of weasel raised that kid. He really is. When he was in middle school 5 years ago, he called the nicest girl the N-word. She slapped him. I guess he never learned, probably because his parents never punished him enough. His channel is a compilation of videos of him pranking box stores by taking photos of minimum wage workers, photoshopping them with Epstein, and putting them in the picture frames. Of course, he has been banned from those stores and is known by the local police department. He is the definition of fuck around, find out. Holy shit, this dude is a professional troll. But like, it's not that bad. Come on, it's pretty harmless, let's be honest. Sure, you can say it's annoying, but like, really, do we really care? Is that worse than actually going around punching people who you disagree with? You know, I would even go out on a limb and say that this guy may not really care that much about ICE and he was just trolling the school, which makes it even more crazy that this guy just got punched out of nowhere for doing it. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day if he does or doesn't. This should be a shout out to everyone. Nazis get punched. Yes, this, your average Nazi right here. The dude who photoshops Epstein next to gas station workers, your average Nazi. Giga Chad with high testosterone punches weak incel for being a fail troll. You know, I think obesity actually does negatively affect your testosterone, which means he would probably have less than average, but I'm not a doctor. And I guess to wrap this post up, he was suspended for 2 days and he came back to class, so I don't know. This whole situation is fucking dumb and Reddit is even fucking stupider for supporting it. Okay, I guess we'll do this last post since I have it in my links. We should start a GoFundMe for this kid the way conservatives do when a woman calls a child the N-word. Well, I guess we're gonna leave out the context that not so long before that, Carmelo Anthony got a huge amount of money for stabbing someone in the chest at some like track meet or whatever. So clearly this was just a response to, you know, the absurdity that happened with that situation. I mean, both of them are pieces of shit, and I don't think either of them deserve money, but still, this was clearly a call response situation. Alright, so as you guys know, the US team actually beat the Canadian team in hockey, and I went to go check out the top post of this week, and of course the top post is US women's hockey team declines Trump's State of the Union invite. Wow, how brave, 74,000 upvotes, and that is way bigger than this sub usually ever gets, of course, because it's political and it's Orange Man bad. Considering he is recorded saying he was only going to invite him so he didn't get impeached, can you blame them? Oh, come on, that's pretty funny, but I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have said that, whatever. I agree with this commenter though, I don't think they were gonna go anyway. US administration, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with this one, to be honest, or this one really. Maybe I just don't know who this is, but come on, the leader of the military fucking with the boys doing, what's it called, bench presses? Like, are we serious? Is that not a good representation? And I'm just talking about optically speaking. Now, Kash Patel getting drunk. Now, this one actually does piss me off because this dude has done absolutely fucking nothing. The UK has more actual arrests than we do. Like, I don't care if they were actually guilty. Getting arrested doesn't mean you're immediately guilty, but we should be investigating this way further. Every name that shows up, we need to be the FBI needs to be going and fucking interrogating them, and they need to be doing it publicly because optically that not only looks the best, but it shows that some shit is actually getting done. I'm not saying people aren't allowed to celebrate or anything, but it is really a bad look when everybody in the USA wants answers on the Epstein files, and you see your fucking director of the FBI going and partying. Like, are you serious? Maybe if they have like 10 arrests by now, then sure, you know, go ahead. But we have zero. We have literally zero. Besides the two most obvious people being Epstein and Maxwell. I'm not really surprised, but it is fucking ridiculous. And here we go, Reddit has been absolutely jerking off over this photo of Al Green holding up a sign that says black people aren't apes. Oh my god, dude. You know what's funny about this? Is that people are apes. We literally are Homo sapiens at the end of the day. Black people are apes, white people are apes, Asian people are apes, everybody are literally apes. Pretty much on a biological fundamental level. I know he's referring to that thing that Trump accidentally tweeted out or put on Truth Social or whatever, but like, this isn't it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's so performative. It's so stupid. Nobody gives a shit. Why are you doing this? So Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobo can hoot and holler and be disrespectful while Biden delivers his State of the Union, but a black man can't hold up a sign with a factual statement. Got it. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna lie, this may just be a vibe, but I don't think Al Green is like black in the traditional way that, you know, most African Americans are that we think of here in America. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but he looks like he could be like some form of islander or something. Like, if I saw him, I wouldn't initially think black. I don't know, maybe it's because his hair is straight, I don't know, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. It's not just these two that scream during whatever events. This happens every single time it happens. I don't know why we're making a big deal out of it. I mean, obviously it looks bad, but still, like, everybody does this, come on. They certainly started screaming this time too as well. I saw a few clips. Whole Democrat caucus should have been holding signs that say, "I don't support pedophiles." Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure when most of this stuff was happening, these people were Democrats at the time and funded mostly Democrat organizations, so not that that's an entire indictment to the party or whatever, because I know Republicans are certainly corrupt as well. But at the end of the day, this is a nonpartisan issue. Someone is more powerful than the government currently. Either someone has information, a lot of people have information. Like, this is one of the biggest stories that we've ever seen, and I mean, people are fatigued about it, sure, yeah, okay. But if this amount of information and blackmail is enough to collapse their system, I say we need to let their system fucking collapse. Things are gonna work themselves out. Even if there are a bunch of big billionaires who are involved, if we got rid of them, things would work themselves out. I promise you. It's not, stop listening. This is like propaganda, them telling you, oh, if we get rid of them, the system's gonna collapse. Fuck you. How about that? Get rid of them anyway. I don't care. The way I know it won't is because they're not gonna let it. Do you think if Kamala won the election, the Epstein files would have been released, even discussed to this extent? No. In fact, we probably wouldn't even be hearing about it or talking about it. Let's be 100% honest. Fun fact, there was an ongoing investigation into Epstein and his associates under Joe Biden. Well, fuck all came from it. Where's, like, anything that came from it? Apparently nothing. That's why the files couldn't be released? Bullshit, dude. Fucking bullshit. Everyone, meet the future president of the United States of America. 2028 is going to be history in the making. Oh dear lord, please no. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC for short, and cool, is a Democratic superstar. She is a Latina woman from the Bronx. Isn't there a Benny Johnson video that debunked that? And she has everything America needs to be a leader. Not just any leader, but the President of the United States of America. She has seen it all, from college to bars, to surviving the darkest day in American history. Oh my god, January 6th. Oh my god. To standing up against a Republican racist regime, she is capable to bring the United States into the most progressive stage in their history. Please, no. Don't let it happen. She will lead for all Americans. Oh god. You know what? Run AOC. Run it. Let's see what happens. She is not gonna win, but it would be hilarious to see whoever get a third dunk on the, whatever woman is going and running, because they pick the worst ones every single time. I don't know why they just pick the worst people. AOC is a firm believer and supporter of no voter ID. It is a right-wing talking point to force and control elections, and dude, is this a psyop? This has to be a psyop. 9,000 upvotes? Dude, there is no way this is not a psyop. This is written so odd. It's like everything here is just complete dog shit. I think this would make a moderate cringe, I'm not gonna lie. The life of a single human being is worth 1,000,000 times more than all the property of the richest man on earth, Ernesto Che Guevara. Okay, I didn't know who this was, so I looked him up, and apparently he is a Marxist revolutionary, physician, author, guerrilla leader, diplomat, politician, and military theorist. A major figure of the Cuban Revolution, his stylized visage has become a counterculture symbol of rebellion and global insignia. But if we go over here, this man killed people for far less than just property. That's literally all he fought for. He killed the capitalist oppressors. He sent gay people to concentration camps with forced labor and often torture, rape, and murder. First, this is absolutely not true. Second, this guy killed a lot of people. Che didn't help a single person except himself. That's just your average Marxist revolutionary. Let's be completely honest here. r/solid men, alright. Republicans realizing they've been supporting literal pedophiles. Is Prince Andrew American? I don't think I've seen a single Republican in support of Prince Andrew. Or maybe they're saying this is the Republicans' reactions to it. Either way, if you're a Republican in this situation, you have the easiest answer ever, and it's just to say, yeah, I think pedophiles should fucking go to jail. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's fucking anyone. They just need to go to jail if they're caught doing, fucking illegal shit. Period. You don't need to disagree on everything. This is a very, very easy dunk for both sides. This is something we need to actually come to and agree on. Wait, hold on. I didn't mean to say it like that. She was on her way to work. ICE made an illegal U-turn, crashed into her car, and assaulted and arrested the woman driving the other vehicle. All right, great. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so he's trying to move, but as you can see, someone is standing directly in front of the vehicle, and they don't want to hit them, so.
Yo, run over. Y'all finna get a whole lawsuit. What? Whole lawsuit.
Yeah, see, even he says, run her over, see what happens, or whatever. Okay, so he is now very clearly inside of the lane, all right? And there's cars that are going to be coming from this direction, right? Oh, well, there we go. Now, I think the legal standard in this regard is whoever actually took the last action to prevent the accident is the one who is not liable. So, you know, even if this person was right in being in that lane, and even if this vehicle did make the turn, like if this vehicle took no steps to actually prevent the accident and just decide to ram it, then at the end of the day, they would be liable. But like I said, this is the only camera angle we have, unfortunately. I would like to see what this looks like otherwise.
You hit her.
You hit her. Okay, let's... I don't think that's true, but yeah, this car is clearly just driving, and then this one comes out of nowhere and hits them. Not saying that this person is necessarily in the wrong, like I said, if you're going the normal speed on a road, but I think they would have had time to stop. I mean, you can see a bunch of people everywhere. Like, why wouldn't you be slowing down in this instance? It just makes no sense. Maybe they were distracted or whatever. I don't know. I would like to see what happened. I mean, this is the only footage we have, but I would like to see how this gets settled in court or whatever. Why would you immediately pull a firearm when you hit a vehicle? Now, this is so stupid. Like, sure, the ICE agents could still be liable in this instance for, you know, driving unnecessarily or driving poorly. But, like, at the end of the day, this person was the ICE vehicle was the one that was hit. We can see they're the one that was hit because this vehicle is clearly behind them. So, like, what the fuck? Again, we can't even get basic facts down. Just in, former Norwegian Prime Minister Thorbjorn Jagland. I know, okay, I learned a little bit of Swedish. I know that's not how you're actually supposed to say it. I think this is like ja or something. I don't know. There's like I fucking hate Swedish, the language. Not Swedes in general, but hospitalized after a suicide attempt amid a corruption investigation linked to the Jeffrey Epstein files. Interesting. Okay, so is this an actual attempt, or is this, you know, 3 gunshots to the back of the head type of an attempt? I think the mysterious deaths will continue, however. I don't think this is the last one we're gonna see, unfortunately. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all my base gods, base legends, super base, and base certified members. And I will see y'all later. Peace.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory.